Friends, greetings, salutations. I hope you are all well. Yes, I will finally talk about GameStop and AMC here a little bit. And I'm just going to put my 2 cents out there. This is probably going to be a very disappointing video for most of you, but this is where I'm at with it. So the last big bull run, ape run on GameStop here, AMC, I was a part of it. I did catch a little bit of it. I remember it like it was yesterday. I didn't make a ton off of it whatsoever, but I was watching it, and I did have a handful of shares of GameStop, and I sold out too early. I think I sold out like a $50 because I was thinking like, there's no way. And I was completely wrong, and it was the biggest lesson I ever learned. So the question is, right now, I get comments every week. Tons of comments. What about GameStop? What about AMC? Obviously, it's a very volatile situation. But I do believe I've been in the market for almost 10 years now, and I do believe that where there's volatility, there is a lot of money as well. So obviously here, what just happened with GameStop? GameStop, days ago, weeks ago, was at $10. Now it's at almost $17. This is looking familiar. This is no way, shape, or form me saying that this stuff is about to go back to $300. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. I will not say that publicly right now. What I will say is that this does look familiar. This almost looks like I'm looking back in time. I remember being in my car at my job when this first started to take place. I was in the parking lot, and I was buying GameStop when it was like $4 to $6, somewhere in there, because I was buying it because Christmas was coming up, and I was thinking, it was when the PlayStation 5 came out. It was some game console came out, and I was like, well, I know they're going to sell a lot of those. I know the stock's going to go up. If I made a 15-30% gain on it, this would be great. Had no concept of what was going on in the ape Reddit situation. No concept, nothing. I was hearing rumors, but I just wasn't believing that because we never saw anything like that. We've just never seen it, and haven't to this day. So with that, I remember this was playing around. It went to $10. Then it went to like a $15-17 range. Much like it's doing right now, which is very interesting, and the only reason I'm talking about it. I do remember that this took time to take place, and I remember that once this went to $16, fell a little bit, then it shot up to even more, almost double. Here's what I'll say. I am not in the ape community. I am not in the Reddit community. I am not in the circle. Even if I was, I cannot publicly, legally tell you what's going on right now. What I will say is that volume is mysteriously moving up right now, to where it is almost the selfish temptation side of me is going, should I move on this? What is happening right now? This is unusual. This should not be taking place like this. Now, we did see a little bit of this happen back in November of last year, where we saw the stock move a little bit, but nothing like we just watched. And here's the other thing that we know. We know that Wall Street, yet again, is betting against GameStop. Because GameStop, whether we want to believe it or not, and sadly, as a millennial, as a 90s kid, I don't want GameStop to go out of business, but I realize they're going to. This company is dying. It is not going to stay around. It's impossible. It is impossible. It's just not going to happen. Now, I'm not trying to be mean to it. I'm just saying, if you know, you know. I'm a gamer myself, and I know that this is just a fallen company at this point, sadly. So I know, as an investor, that Wall Street, all these big guys like this, corporations, they know this. So what are they doing? They're buying puts against it. They're betting against it. What else do I know? I know that the GameStop community, as before, just a handful of years ago, is watching this again. I know they're talking. I know that this could happen again because things in the market don't have to make sense. And where there's weirdness and where there's unbelief, there's usually a lot of money. We're seeing this and we're watching this firsthand in DJT here, Trump Media. The stock is being highly manipulated. The company is not really making money at all, especially enough to say it's a $50 stock. It should be a $5 to $10 stock. $10 being very generous. GameStop, we have a company that is not doing well. Why is their stock $17 right now? This is the only thing I will say publicly about this. If this goes to $20 or above, I think it is very obvious what is going on here. That this is being pushed again. So I'm watching it. I am watching it. But I cannot guarantee. I'm just watching it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not telling you to put your money into it. I'm not telling you to bet on it. I'm just here as a fan and I'm watching it. I'm curious to know what's happening right now. The last time this did happen, it was in a broken market. And we're in a broken market right now too. So these are very interesting things to think about and potential of what could happen. AMC, very similar situation. The last very similar situation here, very similar. I don't want to give people false hope here. I really don't want to do that. But it's not similar in the way that where it's jumped. AMC has not jumped a whole lot. It's moved, but nothing like we've seen with GameStop here. Saying that, the GameStop situation, the AMC situation is, AMC was attacked later by the ape community. GameStop was obviously first, and there was a lot of other stocks in there as well, like Bed Bath & Beyond and all that kind of stuff. But GameStop was the main target, the main focus. So all I can tell you, friends, is that I'm watching it. I don't want to put like a candlestick chart up here and tell you like if we get this much volume here, we'll get that volume. The volume has been crazy. I will tell you that. You can look it up. I'll put it up here. If you're wondering why I'm being so cautious about this, I'm being cautious about this because a lot of people got into a lot of trouble when this stuff was happening, where YouTubers were telling people to buy this and get into it, and then they missed it, or just lost their money here and there. I don't want to do that. I really don't. I'm a long-term investor, short-term plays here and there, but I think it's fun. And if it goes to $20, I think that's a dead giveaway. It's being highly manipulated. It's obviously being manipulated right now. Obviously, if we see $20, something's going on here. Because after that, we could see 30, 40 easily. I don't think there's any reason we couldn't. So, but take that with a grain of salt. That's really all I'm going to say about it. But this is extremely volatile, extremely dangerous. Do not put your money in this if you don't have your money to light it on fire. Don't put $5, don't put $10, don't put a nickel in it unless you can watch that stuff be set on fire. And I say that so you just do your own research, due diligence, whatever you want to do. I'm sure, I haven't even looked, but I'm sure there's other YouTubers selling you a lot of stuff on this. Good for them, great. And it's a risky play, but like I said, where there's risk, there is high reward, and this is nothing but risk. This is not investing. That's what you have to understand. This is not an investment. This is a gamble, and there's nothing wrong with gambling. I'm a fan of gambling. I love that, but you have to understand at a point. This is not investing. This is gambling. This is gambling with the stock market. Friends, I will talk to you soon. I wish everyone the best of luck to this. I hope this works. I would love to see people become millionaires once again, especially in a bad economy, a bad market. I think this would be great. I am always rooting for the ridiculousness in the stock market, especially when Wall Street loses. Friends, take care. Bye-bye.